that really work for me to present that fall feeling, that fall vibe without being on fire. Sister friends, and welcome to Born to Be Zesty. If you're new here, my name is Tori, and on my YouTube channel I focus on fashion, beauty, and lifestyle, primarily for the fierce and fabulous over 40, but all are welcome to enjoy the zesty flavors. I also share my passions for food, fitness, and home decor, so if any of those topics interest you, I hope you'll stick around. Today we're talking about fall transition, but specifically my top 10 items that I find to be core and essential to my transition wardrobe. These are pieces that I think are just really easy to incorporate, that they seamlessly take you from summer to those early fall days where the weather is still kind of up and down. You're not quite sure what to expect. I know here in Texas, we still have several weeks of 90-degree temperatures ahead of us, so the transition here is quite slow. We won't truly get into real fall clothing until like late October. So for me, these are the items that really work for me to present that fall feeling, that fall vibe without being on fire. So let's get into my top 10 fall transition items. So first and foremost for me is going to be a crisp white button down. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a button down. It's something that's giving you that vibe of a crisp white classic shirt, because they go with everything, and this is really a year-round item, but it's one of those must-have items, and I always make sure that I have one that is white, like crisp bright white, because you know those white shirts, after you've laundered them, you know, for a season or two, they just don't have that bright, crisp feeling to them. So that's one of the items that I do tend to buy every single year, or I make sure that I have a couple of them in my wardrobe so that I can keep a really nice rotation going. But a crisp white button down, wrap top, whatever that may be, it can definitely be something that has like those interesting details, but something that fills that space. They can be worn under blazers. They can be worn with your denim. They pair well with skirts. They can be layered under sweaters. It's just a quintessential classic piece, and because it does have such a classic structure to it, it can be layered or worn on its own, which makes it number one in my top 10 list of fall transition items. And let me just say, because of the way that I phrase this up, this is in no particular order, but for me, that is an absolute essential. Number 2 on my list of my top 10 fall transition items, vegan leather shorts. I love the luxe feel of vegan leather. Over the last few years, vegan leather has come so far in terms of the quality, the buttery feel of it, the structure. It looks absolutely amazing. But for me, this is a great option because it's not as heavy as a true leather garment. Like I said, here it is still quite warm. And when I say warm, I mean hot. So an item like this really gives you that luxe feeling of fall. They're very elevated, very chic. They come in so many different styles and silhouettes. There's truly an option to fit every style aesthetic, but I love the texture that they add to an outfit, and going with like shorts or a mini skirt still keeps you in that vein where you haven't popped all the way over into like a true fall wardrobe. It's still kind of giving you, you know, a little bit of that playful whimsy of those last bits of summer, and that's why a short or a skirt, both work. I just kind of, shorts is what was top of mind for me because I just bought this adorable pair of vegan leather shorts that I'm completely obsessed with. And the other reason why shorts came to mind for me is that because Bermuda shorts have been trending and they are going to push forward into fall. So a nice, chic, tailored pair of vegan leather Bermuda shorts, right on point, right on trend, and a great piece to transition your wardrobe from summer into those early fall moments. Number 3 on my list is a slip skirt. Now, traditionally speaking, you really can wear a slip skirt year round, but I have to say again, here in Texas, Satin in the summertime is just almost for me an absolute hard no. Satin, silks, all of those, it's just too hot. And those fabrications do show perspiration. So that's just not something that I tend to incorporate into my summer wardrobe. But as those cooler temperatures start creeping in, this feminine classic is an absolute win. It's lightweight, so again, for those days where the temperature seems to the days may start off a little cooler, the temps creep up in the afternoon, and then we see a little bit of drop off in the evening, like a slip skirt or a slip dress is absolute perfection. Not too hot, not too cold. I love the fluid flow of the fabrications, and they're such a versatile piece. You can dress them up, dress them down. You can throw on a slip skirt with a t-shirt. You can layer it with a blazer or a knit. Lends to endless options. Very elevated, very chic, and a perfect fall transition item. Next on my list is another classic, and that is a blazer. Blazers for me are perfect for this time of the year when it's not time for, a jacket or a coat or like true outerwear. A blazer, I think, kind of serves a multifunctional purpose. You can wear it as a part of your outfit, if you're going into the office or if you're going to be in a more professional setting. But the great thing about a blazer is that you can take it off. So if it gets too warm, you can take your blazer off, but it's great for those days where you don't necessarily need to pull out a jacket, but you need just a little bit more of a layering piece just for those, early mornings and again in the evening where the temperatures tend to fluctuate. A blazer is almost appropriate for any setting. It's just a quintessential classic piece in your wardrobe. Again, they're available in such a wide range of shapes and silhouettes and colors and textures. You're definitely bound to find or own a blazer that will be suitable and appropriate for this time of the year. Again, it's something that could look really great with your slip skirt. It can look or over a slip dress. A great pairing with like those tailored vegan leather shorts. A blazer is one of those can't go wrong items. As long as you've got it with the appropriate weight and texture for this time of year, a blazer is a great option for a fall transition item. Next on my list is a maxi dress. Initially, when you think of it, you kind of feel like spring or summer, but what I'm talking about is those maxi dresses that have a little more structure, a little bit deeper, richer color tones. We're talking maxi dresses with a longer sleeve. Maybe it's got a higher neckline. Those richer, warmer tones paired with a more structured silhouette, for me, makes a maxi dress absolutely perfect for this time of the year. Because again, you still got the flow, it's easy breezy, they're not clingy on the body. So it's great for those days when the weather is up and down. They give you the coverage, and especially if you're talking something with, a longer sleeve, maybe it's got like that full voluminous sleeve and the volume and the skirt, just having that additional coverage paired with those richer, warmer tones and colors definitely kind of gives it the feeling and the vibe of fall clothing, but you still have like the lighter weight of the fabric and the flowiness that kind of still allows it to be breathable and doesn't make you feel like you're being weighed down by those heavier fall fabrics. They pair well with, your mesh flats, your slingbacks, or even a boot or a pump, again, depending on your climate. But I think that a maxi dress, one that is seasonally appropriate, again, is a great fall transition item. Next up on my list of top 10 fall transition items, elevated denim. Now, when I think elevated denim, I tend to think dark rinse denim. It's something that has that nice, deep, dark rinse, no distressing, very elevated. I love the thought of just like a slim, straight fit, maybe even one that's got like the super wide, like turned up cuff that gives it just like a little bit more edge, makes it a little bit more fashion forward, or even a pair of relaxed pleated kind of like trouser cut denim. But that dark rinse denim again leans more into that fall vibe. Fall tends to be a little more polished, a bit more elevated. You know, we're not as relaxed and playful, and a bit more decadent, if you will. We're kind of moving into those richer, warmer autumnal colors, layered looks, the addition of, you know, texture. All of those things for me kind of speak more to fall and leaning into winter. Again, it's just a little more polished. It's a little more put together. It's not that playful, airy feeling of summer. So a dark rinse denim, you can pair this with a beautiful structured shirt. They look amazing with blazers, paired with a really nice cardigan set, sweaters, but a nice pair of dark rinse denim really lends itself to being paired with those really rich fall colorings in a very seamless way. So there's no stark contrast, which we see a little bit more, you know, in the spring and summer. But when you pair that dark rinse denim with your olive greens and chocolate browns and that beautiful Bordeaux, it definitely speaks to fall, and it speaks to that richer, decadent feeling of fall clothing. Next on my top 10 list of fall transition items, lightweight knits. Knits, again, are just easy, and I am definitely a knit sweater kind of girl. I love knits. I like a nice little pull on. They're easy, they're effortless, but at this time of the year, you definitely want to look at the weight of a knit. A nice lightweight is a perfect piece. Worn on its own for, again, those days where, you know, the weather tends to be leaning a little more towards the 80s, a little more towards the 90s. It's basically kind of like wearing, you know, a more polished and elevated t-shirt, if you will. But a lightweight knit is a great layering piece. You can layer it under those blazers. It looks great with your slip skirt. It looks great with the elevated denim. I mean, really, and as you can kind of see as I'm talking through all of this, all of these items mix and match so well together to really kind of create a curated fall transition wardrobe, which is kind of unintentionally intentional for me, if that makes any sense. Because when I'm looking at my fall transition wardrobe, these are items that really pair together seamlessly, and they can be put together to create a number of options to take you through that transition season. They look great with your, you know, full circle skirts. They pair perfectly with trousers. It's just a more polished and elevated option rather than just going, you know, with your t-shirts. But it gives you that same kind of effortless and relaxed feel with a more polished and elevated look. So whether they're, you know, long sleeve, short sleeve, jewel sleeves, crew necks, v-necks, a lightweight knit is an absolute must for my fall transition wardrobe. Next on my list of top 10 items for fall transition season is animal prints. Now, I love animal prints, and I definitely consider them a neutral. Animal prints so well with so many different things and so many different colors. It is truly one of those great neutrals that add a lot of interest and visual texture, if you will, to an outfit. Now, I definitely consider most animal prints to be more appropriate for the fall and winter season, because again, for me, they just have that more richer, warmer, that more decadent feel. Again, they add texture visually, and if you're getting something that's, you know, kind of like in that pony hair or the calfskin, it adds true texture to your overall look, which brings in a lot of interest. And it just plays well with those rich autumn colors. I love a good leopard print with like a pop of red, orange, olive green. Like, again, it is such a great neutral, and be it in your garments, your accessories, your shoes, animal prints are a great option. Again, definitely giving you that fall vibe, that rich autumnal feel, and they make for a great addition to your fall transition wardrobe. And that's a great segue into the next category on my top 10 list of fall transition items. And it's not necessarily a garment per se, but rich, warm colors. Our color scheme definitely changes as we approach those fall and winter months. We're going much more into those deeper, richer, autumnal tones. You know, the burgundies and bordeaux, which is going to be absolutely huge this fall, and I am absolutely here for it. And again, those rich chocolate browns, the deep navies and camels, all of these colors that really speak to fall. So you may be wearing something that is sleeveless, or it could be even, you know, a mini dress or shorts, but just opting for those richer, warmer colors definitely lends to that fall feeling. It lends itself to that very polished vibe, and there's something about those colors that for me it feels more luxurious. It definitely has, you know, a classic appeal to it that speaks to that, you know, warm, luxurious feeling of fall. Number 10 on my list is going to be a category, or two categories rather, of shoes. To me, they're interchangeable, and that's going to be either a mule or a slingback. This for me is perfect because it's not necessarily, it doesn't give you the feeling of like having a fully closed in shoe like a pump or a boot or a bootie. Because again here, like it's gonna be 91 degrees today, and there is absolutely no way that I would be putting my foot in an enclosed shoe. It's just too hot. It's too hot, it's uncomfortable. But opting for like a mule can be, you know, closed in the front with that nice pointy toe, lends to a more like elevated outfit, lengthens the leg, or it can even be an open toe mule, but one that has a little bit more of like that fuller coverage leather on the front of the foot. Or as I said before, a slingback where back of the foot is open. It still feels a little more airy, a little more breathable, but the silhouette is still giving you the polish and the elevation that you need in order to create a cohesive look with your blazer, with your slip skirt, with your lightweight knits, so that you don't look like you're fighting seasons. It all still works together seamlessly, but you're comfortable, you're not sweating, you're not too hot, but you do have just the right amount of coverage to give you that overall fall vibe, that more polished and elevated look. So those are my top 10 must-haves to transition into fall. And while we're talking about fall, I've kind of been looking at a few things and kind of pulling together like my wish list for some of the things that I am thinking of adding to my fall wardrobe. Now, I haven't pulled the trigger on anything, and surprisingly, at this point, my list is very, very abbreviated. Now, that's for two reasons. One, I have yet to pull out my fall wardrobe. So before I make any real like big shopping buys or commitments, I really want to go through my closet, see what I have, do my annual seasonal purge, make sure that I'm filling gaps in my wardrobe, creating my shopping list. If you need help with that, I do have a full video. I think I actually have a couple. I know I have one on decluttering your wardrobe, one on better basics, which help you to build the wardrobe of your dreams. I will say it again and again and again. Elevated basics are the foundation of any wardrobe. If you don't have great elevated basics, you basically have nothing to wear. It means that you've got a closet full of like going out clothes or a bunch of statement pieces, but you don't have those everyday classics that help to ground a look and give you those essential pieces that you need to build your wardrobe around. Off topic, I know I've got one on elevated basics. I've got a great video on how to declutter your wardrobe, and I do believe that I also have a video on how to prepare your wardrobe for a new season, which starts with going through your wardrobe, decluttering, getting rid of those things that you're not going to wear, making sure that you create shopping lists so that we can shop with intention and fill gaps in our wardrobe. So because I haven't gone through that process just yet, because girl, it's just still too hot. Like I can't even wrap my mind fully around pulling out those fall pieces. However, there have been a few things that have caught my eye. So I did want to share with you guys some of the things that are currently on on my wish list for fall. But before we get into that, fall is absolutely my favorite fashion season. Again, this is the time of the year where you can really put it on. You can layer on those beautiful pieces, create looks that have texture and structure, and that really allows you to like add interest to your overall look with the rich colors. And again, the addition of, you know, plaids and faux fur and leather and all of these things, you know, croc embossed bags, all of the things that bring in that extra layer of texture, those extra layers of, you know, warmth and richness, just all the decadence of fall. The things that I'm always super excited for going into the fall season: boots. I'm a boot girl by far. I absolutely love and live in boots. Chunky sweaters. Listen, as I said earlier in the video, your girl likes a good knit. I just feel like they're easy. You can layer it with a button down. You can layer it with a turtleneck. You can layer it with a blazer. There's just so many endless options when it comes to knits, and I like things that are very effortless. Overall, I would have to say my style vibe, and although I am very much a fashion chameleon, I definitely am not someone who kind of stays in one lane. There are still some pillars that ring true throughout my overall style vibe. I like things that are what I call like modern classic. So those very classic pieces, like say, you know, a crisp white button down, but instead of a button down, it may be like a wrap shirt. So, you know, it's a classic, but I like things that have more of those more interesting details. And that for me is what makes them a little bit more modern. So I love those modern classic pieces, you know, like a blazer, you know, rather than it just being, you know, a straight cut blazer or a double-breasted blazer. Maybe it's a blazer that has like an hourglass silhouette. That's that modern classic. It's a classic piece with a little bit of twist, a little bit of edge, a little detail that makes it a little more interesting and a little more fresh, making it, in my mind, what I call a modern classic. I also tend to lean very bohemian chic. Your girl likes the bohemian vibe. I like that flowy, fluid materials, those very lightweight, airy fabrics, but the things that again feel very effortless. That is one of the keys to my overall styling, is things that are very effortless. If I've got to work too hard to put it together, girl, that's going to be a hard no for me. It needs to be very simple, not look like I try too hard, but I look very, very chic, elegant, and put together. The other thing that is a staple in my overall style aesthetic would be like the juxtaposition between feminine and edgy. I like to mix soft and hard. I like to mix, you know, feminine and masculine. I like to mix structure with things that are more fluid. So it's a pairing of that modern classic, the bohemian chic, and the feminine and edgy. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of kind of my overall style aesthetic. But I definitely like things that are very structured, that have interesting details, the shape and silhouette that are appropriate for my body, which is one of the reasons why that structure is important for me. But things that can fall into that category while being flowy and relaxed. I know it's a lot to take in, but trust me, it works. So the few things that are currently on my fall wardrobe wish list, I really want like a chocolate suede hobo bag. Coach has one that I'm currently obsessing over. I'm sure you guys have all heard about the Brooklyn bag. They've got one in suede in this brown colorway that is chef's kiss. It's got my name written all over it. It's still in that coming soon time frame, but as soon as I can put my hands on it, play with it, touch it, put it on my shoulder, that might be one that I have to pull the trigger on. And Coach, I have to say, is actually really doing it for me right now, because they have another bag, the Empire bag. The Empire bag in the soft carry-all is absolutely beautiful. It's a much larger bag than I would use on a daily basis, but that one comes in the colorway that I'm obsessed with, which is like this really like deep wine Bordeaux. It almost has like a little bit of an ombre feel to it. Oh my God, it's so amazing. But I can say for sure that for my lifestyle, I would definitely go with one of the smaller silhouettes. And I'm really surprised that Coach has really got my attention right now, because I have not purchased a Coach bag since I managed the Fifth Avenue store eons ago. But they're doing it. They are coming on strong. They've got some incredible silhouettes, so I definitely recommend checking them out. There's actually another bag on my list. Oh my God. So this is the Verano Hill Natalie bag in this deep chocolate. This bag is so good. It's giving you woven, but it's giving you structure. It's giving you modern. It is so chic. I love the silhouette of this bag. It's giving you juxtaposition because it's kind of woven, but kind of structured. I love this bag, and I'm definitely considering pulling the trigger on that one. It comes in at a great price point, and I do believe that right now it's currently on sale. It does come in a number of colorways, but that chocolate brown. Now the next couple of things on my list, there are two of these items are from Mango. They have this cream blazer. Okay, talk about modern classic. Got nice strong shoulders, but the silhouette of it is very feminine. Great juxtaposition between a modern, a classic, feminine, and edgy. This jacket nips in at the waist. It's got a really nice like little slim feminine belted detail, and it's giving you a little bit more of kind of like that V in the front that really kind of helps to accentuate the waist, slimming you through the torso. This blazer is absolute perfection, and I think I have to have it. The other thing on my list that is also from Mango, they have the most incredible boho chic maxi dress in this really beautiful soft mauve colorway. This dress has my name written all over it. I see it with a pair of like tall boots. This dress is gorgeous. Now, the price point on it for Mango, that's what's gotten me kind of pressing pause on that. I've been down this road before with Mango where I've paid full price for something and then they always go on sale and they always have more available. So I'm kind of sitting back on this one for the moment, but this is such a gorgeous dress. I know I can't sit back on it for too long because if it sells out and I don't get it, I'm going to be heartbroken. Lastly, on my wish list is this beautiful lace blouse from River Island. And I'm not a big lace girl, but that Chloe detail has kind of got me right now, which is surprising because although I do follow the trends, because, you know, I'm a fashion girl, I need to be in the know, but I am one of those people, I'm going to wear what I like because I like it, whether it's trending or not. The great thing about trends is that it just makes things more available, so you have more options to suit your particular style aesthetic. And this lace blouse, it is beautiful. Again, comes in a couple of colorways. I want to say it's available in like a cream, a mauve, a black, but they have this beautiful Bordeaux, killing me softly. I think it's a great price point. The quality and the structure of it is just beautiful. Again, it's kind of boho chic. It's kind of feminine, kind of edgy. It's doing all the things. It's got my name on it, and that is why it is making my fall wardrobe wish list. That is one that I can almost say for certain that I will be adding into my fall wardrobe because I don't have anything like it, and I think it is absolutely stunning. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what is on your list of must-have items for the fall transition season, and drop a note and let let me know what's on your wish list as well. Thank you so much for spending a portion of your day with me. I greatly appreciate it. Wherever you are in the world, I hope that you are walking in gratitude and that you are dreaming big and living even bigger. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.